Hello and welcome back to the Motown India show. My name as always is Joshua, and today we have something very special with us. We have the SHVS version of the Ertiga. Now I'm going to be walking you through this car, so stay tuned. Now SHVS stands for Smart Hybrid Vehicle, and what this vehicle does is it gives you a start-stop function in stop-and-go traffic. So when you're stuck in a traffic, what the engine does is if your gear is in neutral and you release your foot off the clutch pedal, the engine cuts off, and when you press the clutch pedal again, the engine comes back on. So you're saving energy. Now if the engine is going to start and stop quite often, it's going to take up a lot of energy through batteries. So what this vehicle does is that it generates more energy through braking and deceleration. So when you're applying the brakes or when you leave the accelerator pedal, this vehicle is going to be generating energy for start and stop function in the stop and go traffic. Now when that happens, there is a light over here in the console which lights up and it says SHVS. So it basically indicates that you are generating energy for the start and stop function.
There is no primary difference between the way the Ertiga used to handle and as it handles right now. But for the sake of reviewing, I'm going to tell you a little about this vehicle and the way it drives. The Ertiga is powered by, the one we're driving is powered by a TDIS 200 engine. It's a 1.3 liter diesel engine. This motor is quite peppy. Now this is a 7-seater, but when you're probably 3 to 4 people in the car, the vehicle does not seem to be underpowered. However, if you add 3 more people to that and make it 7, it will feel slightly sluggish. So the turbo kicks in approximately at 2000 RPM, and post 2000 RPM it's quite responsive. Now I have been driving around in this vehicle for a while now, and I'm actually enjoying the drive because the build quality is really good. So going over bumps like we are right now, it's not really an issue, and the suspension gobbles it up with ease. We're doing about 100 right now, and it is legal on the road we're driving on right now, which is the Agra Expressway. And the steering feels really well weighted, so even at higher speeds you don't really feel that the steering is becoming lighter or the vehicle is starting to float around. The handling of this vehicle is also fabulous. Cutting corners and taking sharp turns, not really too much of an issue. The visibility, the driver visibility outside from the driver's seat is quite good. It gives you a definite commanding position over the road, and the vehicle has a decent ground clearance. So when you're going over potholes and slightly bumpy terrain, it's not really something that you will be too concerned about. Of course, this is not meant to go off-road. It's a MUV, so you can take it through a little off-road, but I wouldn't suggest going all out off-roading in this vehicle. Now this vehicle is a smart hybrid, so you get the SHVS platform, and I wouldn't say this is a full-fledged hybrid vehicle because it's not using any alternate source of power, but at the same time it's a very well thought out move by Maruti Suzuki because especially for urban commuters, you do have a lot of traffic jams that you face in your daily commute. So apart from that, I feel that the amount of utility space that is provided, you do get, if you're not planning to transport 7 people, you do get a lot of space, a lot of room in the rear, and that is a very well thought out move.
Now the interiors are not really different from the previous version of the Ertiga, but you do get a smart play system, audio system from Maruti Suzuki, which has navigation, built-in Bluetooth, smartphone connectivity. You get steering mounted controls and a tilt but not telescopic steering wheel. Now the vehicle also comes with a gear shift indicator, so you know exactly when to change for economical, fuel efficient driving. Apart from that, you get a simple air conditioning unit, which is quite effective. The temperature outside is about 30-35 degrees and the AC is quite effective. You also get slots for USB and auxiliary input. You get a cup holder and a cup holder here, bottle holders on the side doors. The seating in this vehicle is also decently comfortable. There is enough padding for my thighs, there's enough padding for my back and shoulders as well. So it's quite a comfy and well thought out vehicle as always. Apart from that, you get electrically adjustable and retractable ORVMs, which you can retract by pressing a button here, and it's quite convenient to use as well. You also get parking sensors in the rear, along with a rear view camera which has a display here. And I think the interiors have been very ergonomically placed in this vehicle, and they're quite comfortable to operate. Apart from that, the feel of the steering wheel as well is really good, and it's quite a comfy vehicle, quite a well thought out and comfy vehicle from Maruti Suzuki. Now as you can see, the rear seats are quite comfortable. I haven't really adjusted the front seat, the driver's seat, and there is ample of knee room here, there's ample of headroom. You're also getting decent amount of thigh support and back support. You have an armrest here, however it does not come with cup holders or bottle holders, but you have two bottle holders for the second row, so you have one here and one there. Apart from that, you also get a ventilation system for the second row, which is adjustable as well from the second row, and it's quite comfortable. I have a decent amount of thigh support, I have decent amount of back support, and I have an adjustable headrest as well. So the second row is also quite comfortable. Now you can adjust the second row and pull it forward as well, or you can push it back. Now I've taken it all the way back to show you how much knee room or how much leg room we can get, and if you want, it can be adjusted to provide more space for the rear seat occupant, that is the third row occupant. Now even when it's completely forward, I do feel that it's a bit cramped, and as you can see, I don't really have any knee room and my feet are literally touching the driver's seat. So you do get quite a decent amount of leg room for the third row, but it's not really that comfortable. Now about halfway through, I have enough knee room, I have enough leg room as well, so I think it can be adjusted for if you want more passengers. This vehicle can fit up to 7 adults, and I think maybe comfortably 6 adults and 1 children, or 5 adults and 2 children at the back would make for a really comfortable seating option. And these are 50-50 and a 60-40 split, so you do get ample of room. If there are only 2 passengers in the vehicle, you get a lot of room, a lot of space, storage space for your weekend luggage, for your getaway luggage. So in terms of utility and practicality as well, this car does score a lot of brownie points. Now I'm in the third row of the Ertiga. I have adjusted this seat, it was completely retracted. I have put it a bit forward because I would not have been able to fit otherwise. And for reference sake, I am about 5'7" in height, and as you can see, there is a little bit space for my knees and just a little space for my legs. So I can't really stretch out and relax too much, but I am sitting decently comfortably. Now there is a little space up ahead, so the person in the second row as well will be able to stretch out their legs a little more, and they will get a little more knee room. And this seat, I am a full-grown adult, overgrown actually, and this seat is providing me decent amount of space. It's not really something I will be comfortable in a long journey, but I get decent amount of back support. not so decent amount of thigh support. Back support is really good. I have an armrest with a bottle holder here as well, and two adults can definitely be fit into this row if the second row is adjusted. Now Maruti Suzuki has also provided an option to lock and open the boot. So if you have the key in your pocket or in your hand, all you need to do is press this little black button right here and the vehicle locks. Now if you press it again, it opens up as well. And when you open the boot, as you can see, there is not really too much room for luggage, but it's all right. And if you want to drop down the third row and the second row, you can do that as well. Now this is a 50-50 split and the second row is a 60-40 split. However, if the second row is completely retracted to the back, then this is as far as the seats will go. So you can create a little more room in the back by dropping the third row, but if you want to drop it completely, you can move the second row a little further and drop down these seats as well.
So I'm quite satisfied with the purpose and utility that has been manufactured into this Ertiga, and it is definitely one of the more popular MUVs out there in the market, so you should buy it. If you're planning on buying an MUV, I would recommend this one. Yes, the motor is slightly underpowered, but how often do you take 7 people out? It's not an everyday thing, it's a one-off thing, and when you are with 7 people, it's not that it's really not performing well, it's just a slight decrease in performance.
Volvo cars were and are still known for their safety and sturdiness.